All right, it's 2 days later and we need to talk. Everyone's fears and concerns are valid. It's not going to be good. It's going to suck, like I said before. But we are in a very mentally unhealthy place, and I want to give everybody a reality check. The American political system is very good at doing nothing. It is specifically designed to get as little done as possible. So even if Trump follows up on everything he promised, which I'm not sure he will, I think he's crazy and he just says shit, that still has to go through Congress, and the filibuster still exists. And anything that threatens human rights can be subject to lawsuits from the ACLU, which will slow it down even further. In addition, he doesn't have a full 8-year term. 2 4-year terms are different than 1 8-year term. He didn't get to continue the things he was doing in his first term. And it is quite hard to get shit done in a 4-year period. That's why incumbents want to stay in office. I've seen a lot of people posting videos like, okay, here's the deal. If you know a trans person, no you don't type of shit. Fuck that. Fuck that. All the way to hell. There are not secret police coming to knock on your door or a trans person's door, period. If you are equating Trump to the funny mustache man, one of the things that historians have said several times is that the funny mustache man got more power because people did not get vocal and resist as much as they could have. So when I say now is the time to live as loudly as possible out of spite, now is the time to live as loudly as possible out of spite. Something that I find very concerning is that I have seen several videos, I've seen several posts on Twitter, I've seen several people who have said that people have taken their lives over this election. And I think that we have fostered an incredibly mentally unhealthy viewpoint around this and really every other election. Things will suck, but it is not the case that life is over for you if you are, for example, trans. There are trans sanctuary states. I live in one. New Jersey has sworn that they will fight literally any litigation that is anti-trans, and trans healthcare is already supported by the New Jersey healthcare system. You don't like Jersey? Go to Maryland, go to New Mexico. There's plenty of trans sanctuary states. And yeah, I know most people don't want to just pick up and move. I know that just picking up and move is unrealistic, but like, it's more realistic than hurting yourself. If the choice is between death and Jersey, choose Jersey. I am an old. I was, I guess, fortunate enough to live through a lot of elections, through Trump's first term, through the Bush administration, which we all said was going to be the worst administration possible. Back then, people were worried about, the secret police coming to get them if you were gay or queer or something like that. They were. George W. Bush, they were. And they didn't. That didn't happen. And you know what marginalized folk did? We stood up and we fought as hard as we could. And we pushed for things like gay marriage. We didn't run, and we certainly didn't cower and erase all existence of ourselves from every social media platform. The same thing happened for Trump's first term. I think what really upsets me is that a lot of the people who are saying shit like this are not in those marginalized groups. Again, it's gonna suck, and your fears are valid, but there's a certain level of fear-mongering that is making people's attachment to the outcome of this election become unhealthy. This is not worth harming yourself over. There are solutions, and the most progressive thing anyone can do is seek out or provide those solutions. And this is definitely not the time to be fighting each other, because that just makes it hard for the most vulnerable of us. There are people out there who are blaming third-party candidates. We have the numbers. Trump actually won the popular vote this time. Even if all the third-party votes went to Kamala Harris, she wouldn't have won. Kamala Harris did not manage to run a campaign that got the voters that needed to come out to vote for her. That is not the voters' fault. That is Kamala Harris's job. That is her job as a politician. That is her job as someone who is running a political campaign. And she failed at it. I said earlier, anything but Trump is only going to take you so far. People are going to burn out. But she still did anything but Trump, and here we are. And I'm telling you this not because I want to feel superior to you, not because I'm wagging my finger and saying, don't do that. I'm saying this because fighting each other in a time in which we are vulnerable is exactly what people want us to do. The way that you fight people in power who are out to pass policies that are going to negatively affect you is by unity. Power is given via the people, and if the people are loud enough, then that actually prevents a lot from getting done. And now we have 4 more years for the DNC to realize that maybe we need more progressive candidates to actually get those votes out. So now's the time that we start doing that work. And if we're not doing that work, then we can't be upset when we get another center-right neoliberal that ends up losing to a platform that's anything but Trump. So stop attacking your brothers and sisters. Stop it. Stand with them. If you're really for their rights, stand with them. The fact that Trump may be able to support more Supreme Court justices, that's gonna suck. But there are countermeasures. Heck, Biden last term said that he was considering putting more judges on the Supreme Court. That's not even unprecedented. We've done it before. He didn't, which is another reason why Kamala Harris lost. But that's a thing that whoever we get in next could do. You have your local elections every year, which can allow you to set up policies that counteract anything on a national level. Look, I didn't want this as much as you didn't want this, right? But we are reacting in a way that is so mentally harmful. We need to stop, so please listen to this reality check. I'm not gonna say things aren't gonna suck. Things are gonna suck, and sometimes things suck. In the grand span of history, it's gonna be hard to get through periods that don't suck. It is not, especially right now, at the level of harm yourself over this. It just isn't. And for the people who keep spreading the narratives that make people want to harm themselves over this shit, shame on you. The first step to being progressive is to improve people's material conditions. You aren't doing that by scaring everyone into thinking that they're going to get shot tomorrow by the secret police. Provide solutions. As for me, I'm queer, I'm non-binary, I'm disabled, I'm neurodivergent. I may start HRT. Yes, even during this administration. What are they going to do? Are they going to try and kill me? I'd like to see them try. Don't get me wrong, if the government wanted to come for me, they could come for me. But I would like to see our, broken down jalopy of a government get their shit together enough to come find me and assassinate me. That would be incredible. That would be the first thing that the government has ever done that they managed to actually execute well. All of my content post-election has not been doomer for this reason, because I think that the way that you need to approach this is, yes, we have an opponent we have to fight for the next 4 years. Now is the time to fight. Keep morale up. Care for your mental health. Care for the mental health of the people around you. Care for your physical needs. Care for the physical needs of the people around you. And get ready to fight. And yeah, they're going to try and take a lot of rights away from you, but there are a lot of states that have said they are going to resist. There are a lot of states who have said that they are not going to take away gay rights, not going to take away trans rights, not going to take away the right for an abortion, no matter what the federal government says. And again, moving to one of those states is better than harming yourself. And in fact, there are crowdfunding campaigns to get people in need to those states right now. There are solutions. Don't harm yourself over this. Your life is not over. I know you're scared. I know you're tired. But to live in spite of it is a method of resistance in and of itself. It's really hard for me because I've struggled with ideation before. Society needs you. We need you. I need you. Take a deep breath, play some video games, watch some anime, hang with friends. Things will be okay. They're gonna suck, but we're going to make it through this. I love each and every one of you. Care for your mental health. Tomorrow's another day. Do not hurt yourself over this election.